What if I unveiled to you a profound secret about prayer? I can bet you may have never known this. I must tell you, prayer is not a one-dimensional act, but a multi-layered journey. And astonishingly, most Christians remain anchored at the very first step. Picture this. You're lingering at the temple's outer gate, while God has flung wide the doors to the sacred Holy of Holies, beckoning you into the deepest communion with Him. In this transformative video, I will guide you through 5 awe-inspiring levels of prayer, each one a gateway to revolutionizing your relationship with God and unlocking unprecedented realms of spiritual authority. Journey with me to the end, because the 5th level will forever reshape your understanding of prayer and draw you into divine intimacy like never before. Level 1. Petition prayer. This is the starting point for most believers, and tragically, where countless remain trapped for a lifetime. Petition prayer is the act of approaching God with requests: provision to meet your needs, protection from harm, healing for your body, guidance through life's uncertainties, and blessings to enrich your days. Deuteronomy 4:6 declares, "Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving let your requests be made known unto God." There's immense value in petition prayer. It's a solid foundation, a divine invitation to bring your heart before God. Yet herein lies the danger. If you linger here indefinitely, prayer morphs into a spiritual vending machine. You insert your prayer coins, words of supplication, expecting God to dispense your desires on demand. But when His response diverges from your expectations, frustration festers, doubts about His love creep in. You might even abandon prayer altogether, believing it's ineffective. The stark truth: petition prayer keeps the spotlight on you, your needs, your circumstances, rather than on God's majestic purposes. It's akin to mastering the alphabet, but never advancing to read the grandest novels. Mature believers must ascend higher, transitioning from a mindset of, "Lord, give me this," to a heart that cries, "Lord, what is your will for me and your world?" Level 2. Intercession prayer. Here, the seeds of spiritual maturity begin to sprout and flourish. Intercession is the sacred act of laying aside your own concerns to lift others before God's throne, standing as a mighty intercessor in the gap between heaven and earth. Ezekiel 22:30 proclaims, "And I sought for a man among them that should make up the hedge and stand in the gap before me for the land, that I should not destroy it, but I found none." God yearns for intercessors, spiritual wall builders who raise fortifications of prayer for families, nations, and generations yet to come. When you intercede, you embody the role of a priest, bearing the weight of another's burdens and presenting them to God with fervent love. And here's a divine mystery. When you pour out prayers for someone else, there's a powerful likelihood that God will pour out the same blessing upon you. Imagine this: you're seeking healing for yourself. Then you encounter someone suffering similarly. You set aside your plea to pray passionately for them, and heaven takes note of your selfless love, releasing your own healing as a reward. Yet intercession demands a price. It's no casual endeavor. You may feel the sting of their pain, wrestle with spiritual battles on their behalf, and invest deeply of your spirit. This intensity deters many from dwelling here. for it calls for sacrifice and unwavering commitment. Level 3, warfare prayer. Now we step boldly into the inner court, where the battle intensifies. This is the realm where you confront the enemy head-on, engaging in spiritual warfare with unshakable resolve. Ephesians 6:12 warns, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." Warfare prayer isn't about battling people. It's a strategic assault on the demonic forces manipulating circumstances and souls. At this level, you wield the authority vested in you through Christ. Luke 10:19 assures, "Behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you." The Greek term power here, exousia, signifies delegated authority. This is where you bind the works of darkness and loose God's will, as Jesus instructed in Matthew 18:18. This level unleashes breakthroughs, dismantling the spiritual barriers delaying your answers, much like Daniel's prayer held back for 21 days by heavenly conflict, as recounted in Daniel 10. But a caution resounds. Warfare demands maturity. You cannot enter this fray without donning the full armor of God. Many shy away, intimidated by the potential counterattacks from a defeated yet defiant foe. Level 4, prophetic prayer. This is where prayer transcends reaction and becomes a creative force. You no longer merely respond to what is, you speak into being what God desires to unfold. Romans 4:17 reveals, "Even God, who quickeneth the dead, and calleth the things which be not as though they were." Prophetic prayer ushers God's future into the present moment. It's declaring, "Let your kingdom come, let your will be done on earth as it is in heaven." This requires an intimate bond with God, for you must discern His heart and hear His voice to pray with such authority. Prophetic prayer reshapes atmospheres, redirects nations, and rewrites destinies. It's the realm where you partner with God to establish His divine legislation on earth, a level of power that demands spiritual depth and alignment with His purposes. Level 5, contemplative prayer, prayer of intimacy. Welcome to the Holy of Holies of prayer, the pinnacle of spiritual communion. Here, words fade away, and you simply abide in God's presence, ceasing all requests. Psalm 46:10 invites, "Be still and know that I am God." In this sacred silence, you become worshipful, fully immersed in His glory. This level transforms you, not through your words, but through the radiance you behold. 2 Corinthians 3:18 declares, "But we all, with open face, beholding as in a glass the glory of the Lord, are changed into the same image from glory to glory." Contemplative prayer shifts your focus from seeking God's hands, His gifts, to seeking His face, His very essence. It's here you discover that His presence is the ultimate answer to every prayer, the fulfillment of every longing, and the source of your deepest transformation. A journey of prayer. Beloved, prayer is a progressive odyssey. You don't discard petition when you embrace intercession. You build upon it. You layer warfare, prophetic declaration, and finally, intimate contemplation. The believers who witness the most extraordinary breakthroughs are those who master all 5 levels, wielding them with wisdom, like a virtuoso musician who shifts seamlessly from a gentle melody to a majestic symphony in the spirit. So reflect, at which level do you stand today? Are you prepared to plunge deeper, ascending to heights of prayer that will shake the heavens and transform your soul?
If this revelation has ignited your spirit, don't hold it back. Like this video to spread the fire. Share it with someone yearning to deepen their prayer life. Subscribe to this channel and enable notifications so you're ready for our next powerful teaching. Let's ignite a generation that prays not just for personal gain, but to unleash heaven's power upon the earth.